Well, hello from Burgos, a new destination for me here in Bulgaria. Very excited to be here. Just to get things started, please let me know if you can see me okay, if you can hear me okay. I do see a message from Rick Silver 55, coffee ready. I'm so happy to hear that, Rick. I actually just had a coffee myself. I'm all ready for probably about an hour and a half long live stream. We'll see just how long it takes us to walk around this amazing route that I have planned for us. Because if you did not know, Burgos is actually the 4th largest city in Bulgaria. It said online that it has a population of about 200,000 people in the city center. Burgos province, I think, is like 400,000 or 500,000, but just in the city it's about 200,000, which for my Saskatchewan watchers is, you know, a little bit less than Saskatoon, so about that size. Now I can see the comments rolling in. I see Georgi, thank you so much for coming out. I see William. I see V. Uzanov. Ivailo from Silistra. I assume that's somewhere in Bulgaria, but I actually don't know where that is. Interesting. Siraj, hello, who has been to Burgos. Fantastic. Shannon from New York, thank you so much for coming out, lovely. We got Dejan from Glasgow. And of course, Jim Ross, as always. Jim, thank you so much for your incredible support, coming out all the time. Thank you so much for the wonderful PayPal. I hope you are doing great. We got Danny, we got Alex, Claude from Montreal. Actually got a few Canadians in here. Sergey, Borislav, Tego. Silistra is northeastern Bulgaria. Interesting. I assume it must be kind of a smaller place because, yeah, I don't think I've heard of it, so I'll have to look it up now. We got Bob. We got Sophie from Oxfordshire, UK. Amazing. Thank you so much, TM. Perfect. Fabulous. I'm so glad you are all here. We actually got quite a few people to start things off. Amazing. So guys, I am doing a live stream from Burgos specifically because unfortunately the weather did not cooperate in the way that I was initially hoping. I was planning to do a full video of Burgos, full video of Sozopol, and I was on the fence of, oh, should I do, you know, a live stream from Nesebar, because everybody told me that that's like the place to be. But because it rained basically the whole first full day that we had here, I decided that, you know what, let me just do a live stream of Burgos and then I will do full videos of all the other destinations that we will be visiting. So unfortunately, I'm not going to have, you know, a YouTube video of Burgos for you guys, but hopefully in this walk and talk, it will give you an overview of what to expect. Amazing. Thank you guys. I'm so glad you think I look great. Thank you. Actually, another thing to mention is that my mom is here with me for this journey that we are doing of the Black Sea coast. Like, it's not just a few cities that we are doing. We're actually doing 4 or 5 different places. Kind of, sort of. So we are doing quite a tour. She is resting up in the hotel room right now because I really put her through the paces yesterday when we were in Sozopol. We did like, you know, 12,000 or 15,000 steps, which, you know, is a lot for her. And we were out from morning till evening. So she is resting at the hotel. Maybe she's even watching right now. I don't know. But yeah, we are going to bring a whole Black Sea coast experience to you guys in next week's video. Starting will be from Sozopol, so I hope you're excited. So with no further ado, I am going to flip the camera and give you guys a view of the start of the main city square here in Burgos. Right across the way, I believe that is kind of their, you know, courthouse, judicial sort of place, if I translated that correctly. And there's just a lot of cute little stores, coffee shops, restaurants here. The dining is actually quite good from my experience so far in Burgos. If you're staying in some of the smaller places like Sozopol, as lovely as it is, of course the selection of amenities isn't quite as much. The other thing I wanted to point out is something that Burgos is very well known for, which is their sand sculpture festival that they have. That would actually be really cool to attend, where they have all of these unique creatures, and how they kind of stay together for as long as they do is also quite impressive. So if you come to Burgos during the summer months, that is another cool thing that you can check out. So now we are going to head back this way through the old town of the city, because that's really, you know, the heart of it all for tourists. Like, that's where all the main attractions are. And of course their super famous Sea Garden and Burgos Beach, which is like 3 kilometers long. So obviously that will be our main destination of the walk. And just out of curiosity, has anybody ever been to Burgos who's in the chat today? If you have, please let me know. And what was your experience? What would you recommend to see and do here? That's great, Danny. We have sand sculptures in Florida and no state income taxes. Fantastic. Very happy for you. О, my mom's in the chat. Привет, я смотрю. Спасибо, спасибо, что пришла. Wonder where me and my mom actually should go for dinner after the live stream. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions, because tonight is actually our last night. We are heading to Nesebar tomorrow. So yeah, tonight is our last night here. All right. Let's head on this way. If you've been following me since 2020, you may remember that while I was in Bulgaria, I did get to the Black Sea coast, but I did only see one destination, which was Varna. That is the 3rd largest city in Bulgaria, and it's, I guess you could say, the most central hub on the Black Sea coast. Like, Burgos is a close second, but Varna is definitely the bigger and kind of more well-known place. So I did get to see Varna in 2020, but nowhere else. So this trip, I am definitely getting to explore a lot more. And by the end of the trip, it'll be great because I'll be able to kind of compare, you know, all of the different areas and give you guys suggestions of where to go for what. Of course, the one negative is that, you know, we're not here with a car. If we were, we could see so many more, you know, great places in between all the big cities and kind of take our time with everything. But as you know, I'm not a big fan of driving, especially in Bulgaria. So we have relied just on the bus. And honestly, it's been pretty good. Like, really no complaints. They've all, you know, come more or less on time. It's very inexpensive. You don't then have to worry about being the one driving. So if you don't have a car, you can certainly get around the Black Sea coast. It's just you'll be more than likely going to the main places, not some beautiful beach that can only be reached with your own transportation. What? Edward says Alina is one of the many Canadian escapees paving the way for white flight from Canada. I mean, that's a little bit dramatic, but I guess. Nice. Stoyan says, was in Burgos so many years ago. I remember the beach. It was so nice in the evening. Yeah, it is really, really nice. Nick says, yes, been there. Sozopol is my favorite. Yeah, Sozopol really was incredible. Vesco says stay in Nesebar more than a day and you will see the famous cheap alcoholic paradise Sunny Beach. Well, funny enough, yeah, I was on the fence of like, do we go into Sunny Beach? Should we just stay in like Nesebar? Because they're right beside each other, like literally right beside. And we are keeping our accommodation in Nesebar, but I think, yeah, the second day that we're there, how can we not go to Sunny Beach and just see it? But I will say my expectations are probably, you know, pretty low from what I've heard. Let me know if you disagree, but lots of people did just tell me it is very touristy and not in a good way. And, you know, it's more of like a party sort of place, and it's one of the top places other than Golden Sands where you might get scammed. So yeah, my expectations aren't particularly high for Sunny Beach, but I guess, you know, when in the area, we will check it out even just a little bit. And funny enough, I see in the comments, oh my god, cars on a pedestrian street, what are they doing? Yogi Owl says go to Sveti Vlas, much better than Sunny Beach. Funny you would say that. That is exactly what we are going to do, because I have a fabulous hotel collaboration with one of the best 5-star hotels in that area. So me and my mom actually have 2 nights in Sveti Vlas, which I'm so excited for. So we will be going there as well. Geez, that sounds dramatic. Tego says if you go to Sunny Beach, stay there during the day. Once it gets dark, leave. Is that for ominous reasons, or is that just like a general recommendation? Yes, you can walk from Nesebar to Sunny Beach, only an hour and a half. I mean, that's fine for me, but I don't think my mom would be too happy about that. I'm just gonna flip the camera here for you guys. I'll give you one more view here from where we went, because this is actually a really nice pedestrian area. Love the cute little umbrellas by the trees. Very nice. Oh, Tego says that's for avoiding crazy drunk reasons. Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, I don't think Sunny Beach is really the kind of place where I would want to spend a lot of time, but, you know, I'll see it just for the sake of seeing it. And yes, you are correct. Nadezhda made a comment that if you continue down this street, you will reach the railway station, and next to it is the port, which has several nice restaurants. Yeah, just at the end of this street is the main transportation hub, and I like that they put it together. I actually really don't like when they put bus stations and the train stations separately. Like, they should just have it all in one. And so here, that's exactly what they've done. We arrived here from Sofia by train, and it was actually a pretty nice train compared to the one that I took in 2020 to Varna. And what was crazy is we paid, I think, 22 leva per person, which is like $13 for a 6-hour journey. You know, it's quite a long ways, about 400 or 500 kilometers from Sofia here to Burgos. Like, to me, that's very, very reasonable. So yeah, we got here by train. And then just yesterday, going to Sozopol, there's buses every half hour from there. It's bus number 5, and it's 7 leva, which is about $4 or $5, something like that. So really, really convenient public transportation wise, in my opinion. Of course, it's nothing fancy. Like, you can't expect, you know, Shinkansen style travel here in Bulgaria. That's a long ways away. But for the price you pay, and, you know, for getting you there and not that much delay, like we got in basically on time, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
What? Yeah, you're vlogging?
Yeah, I'm live streaming. You can say hi if you want. Are you guys from Burgas?
Yes.
Nice.
You like it here?
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it's my first time, so yeah, it's very nice. Any suggestions for what people should see and do here?
Wait.
The bridge.
Down there.
Oh,
We can take there.
is it like with the sea garden, like bridge, like with near the beach?
It's on the beach, it's in the sea.
Oh yes, I did see that. Yeah, it's so nice, so nice. Yeah,
It's
awesome. Well, thank you guys. I hope you have a good day. Bye. So nice, so sweet, and look, perfect English. So impressive. So this is City Hall that they have here. Really beautiful building, actually. Feels very, very grand. And yeah, it's just like a really nice kind of park around here. They have some fountains, benches. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I feel in North America we need to have more, right? Like more pedestrian, non-car spaces, more benches for people to just like sit around and socialize. Like, I know we have some, of course, but Europe as a whole is just so much more, you know, onto that, where they build cities more for people, not for vehicles. So I really like that. All right. And then as we are going to go to the left here on this other really famous pedestrian street that they have here, I want to point out that just in front of us is probably the most famous hotel in Burgos, Hotel Bulgaria. I think it's been here for quite a while, and there's some kind of, I think, famous casino that they have here, Monte Carlo. They sometimes have people go perform there. So that's another thing to point out. Let's see here. Got a nice little playground for the kids. And I believe when we were in the main square, that building that was behind me, that's kind of their cultural center, I believe was the name right on it. But they also have kind of a performing stage for like opera and the symphony, all of that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Just reading your comments here, guys. Okay, amazing. Actually, just before the live stream started, I was sitting at such a good gelato place, like literally some of the best ice cream I have had in years, and that's saying a lot. And we're going to walk past it just as soon as we cross the street. So I will show you guys where that is, and promise me if you come here to Burgos, you will go here because it is absolutely worth it. See here. Oh, also really good coffee place, Butler's right there. They also have pretty good breakfast. That's been another place I've gone to a few times now. But yeah, this place right here, I can't actually remember the name until I see it. Yellow Cat, that's what it is. Yellow Cat Gelato. My God, so good. So insanely good. Definitely try it. Super reasonably priced as well. And yeah, as you can see, there's like a line inside. Amazing ice cream. Tego asks, have you tried the gelato in Confetti in Sofia? Is the gelato in Burgos better? Well, I have not tried, I don't think, Confetti in Sofia. Generally speaking, I wouldn't say that any of the gelato that I've had in Sofia has been like life-changing. Maybe I've just gone to the wrong places. So if you guys have any suggestions other than Confetti, I'll put that on my list now. Let me know. But yeah, this place was like superb. Let's see here. So hard to see with glasses, but then the sun comes out and I can see with glasses. Yes, I did know, Ivilo, that the Cyrillic alphabet was invented in Bulgaria. Yes, it was. Jim says European cities were set up for walking because you had to be rich to have a horse or a boat. North America went from horses to motor vehicles. Yes. Well, of course, the difference is North America, other than the indigenous populations, they're, you know, young countries, you could say. They don't have as many years of history as European countries. So yeah, we, I guess, went to vehicles pretty fast in our country's timelines. But it's just such a shame because the more population that we get in North America, it's just so inconvenient to rely on cars as the main mode of transportation, especially in cities, right? So I feel like they really have to start switching things up because there are more and more people moving to the cities because, you know, the agriculture jobs are unfortunately really dying out in a lot of places. So, you know, to rely on cars in big cities in North America, it's really not that sustainable. I'm gonna flip the camera here to give you a view of this beautiful street. There's lots of great kind of outdoor restaurants that they have here. Lots of cute cafes. Oh, thank you for the gelato suggestion. Oh yeah, no problem.
What is your name?
It's Alina McLeod.
Oh, but where are you streaming on the...
YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I can spell it for you if you want, because it's kind of a weird name.
Yeah.
It's ALINA,
Yes? Yes?
and then last name McLeod, McLeod.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good day. So cute. Yeah, thank you so much, Yana, for the gelato recommendation. I have not been to Gelateria Natural either, so I will have to check that out. Tomi asks, I don't want to be that guy, but how are you able to get around in Bulgaria when the Cyrillic is written? In Serbia, we have not one alphabet, but both alphabets, Latin and Cyrillic. I guess I should mention, you know, for those who haven't been watching my channel for as long as I've had a channel, I am originally from Ukraine and grew up speaking Russian, you know, Soviet Union kind of stuff. So I do like read pretty good in Cyrillic. So coming here to Bulgaria, where they use, you know, the same alphabet, who invented the alphabet, you know, I can definitely read, but it's just understanding what I'm reading, right? That's the problem. Russian and Bulgarian are similar, but I'd only say maybe like 30% is legible enough for me to know exactly what it means. So that's kind of the difference. Want to say a very big thank you for the super chats. Thank you so much to Tanyo. Thank you so much for the very kind super sticker, super chat. Greatly appreciated. And a very big thank you to my lovely, lovely friends, Costas World of Music Memories, Harriet, Jim, and Yuki. Thank you so much for the super chat. Was it not working before with your comment? It's working now. I hope everything's okay. Let me know if at any time, I don't know, the stream is being weird, guys, or something weird is happening. Let me know. I think the stream's actually coming in today pretty good. Please let me know if it's actually in 1080 today, like it was last time, because YouTube usually throttles it to 720, but I saw last time it actually did get up to 1080, so maybe they have changed things around. That would be great. And thank you so much, Jim, for the encouragement for everybody to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Oh, thank you so much, Mary. Oh my gosh, Alina, we just saw you. But because you're vlogging, that's why I chose not to disturb you. Me and my son will recommend you Raffi Gelato. Thank you. I have tried Raffi Gelato once in Sofia. I did like it, but I think I need to try more flavors because, you know, they do have so many. So thank you so much. And feel free to say hi anytime you see me. Definitely come say hi. Okay, it is 1080. Amazing. Maybe YouTube has figured their stuff out. That's great to hear. That makes me so happy. All right, so we are almost at the end of the pedestrian street, and we are going to head towards the beach and the sea garden. And honestly, their sea garden is just so impressive. Oh, thank you so much once again to Tanyo. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are amazing, Alina. Thank you. That is so sweet of you. Greatly appreciate you guys. Ivilo says, I think Burgos was the city that produced the highest percentage of artists in the country. Oh, that's interesting. And I guess not surprising because here in Burgos, when walking around, I have seen a lot of like art galleries and stuff. So that is cool. I'm gonna flip here and point out to you guys that just on the corner here is a fantastic restaurant that I have eaten at a couple of times right now. It's called Fish Express. It's just this place right here, and they have really good sandwiches, plates. The soup is actually really good. So if you're looking for a good budget-friendly meal that kind of utilizes local fish, I definitely recommend it. That's definitely been a favorite. Over this way is a lovely fountain. Some seniors living their best retired life. My mom was actually commenting how from, you know, her view, Burgos has like a lot of older people hanging out here. And, you know, I think it makes sense because it is generally, I think, much warmer, calmer weather here. You get to be right on the water, but since it is a bigger place, you know, there's amenities that, you know, older people may need, like healthcare and stuff. So I think this could actually be a really good place to retire, and definitely not, you know, too crazy or busy or something like that. It's pretty chill as well. That's actually another good, really good restaurant, Gramophone. Yeah, I believe it's called. Really good, kind of like Italian, Mediterranean food. And that is a gramophone, if you were wondering. Shannon says, after coming home from my Balkan trip, I'm so disappointed in North American produce. I want a Serbian salad. That is very fair. Yeah, that is definitely one of the big benefits of, well, Europe as a whole, but in the Balkans especially, I think they have very good fruits and vegetables. So yeah, I've kind of gotten used to it now that I'm, you know, living in Bulgaria, but I imagine I would miss it if I went back to Canada, because just the other day my friend was telling me that she paid like $10 or $12 for grapes and they weren't even good. Like, that is so disappointing. So I should not take the amazing produce that they have here for granted. Let's see if I can make it across the street here while the light is still green. This will take us right into the sea garden. And if you don't know what a sea garden is, it's basically just a park beside the beach. They call it the sea garden. But it's really nice because it literally goes right alongside, and like, it is big. It is a big area. Let's actually make a loop through here. whoever is like busking, singing, I can kind of hear in the distance, has a very clear English singing. I'll have to find the person. Yes, Tago, definitely the tomatoes. Funny enough, when I had just come back from Serbia, I don't even know how long ago that was now, but when I came back from Serbia, my lovely neighbors reached out to me and were like, are you home right now? We just came back from the village and we have tomatoes and we want to share them with you. And they're so cute. They came over and brought these like huge tomatoes that are like so bright and beautiful. You can definitely tell, that they're not like the ones you get at the store, even though the ones at the store are pretty good. But yeah, they were like delicious. They were so juicy and flavorful and just, how produce should be. So that was a very, very sweet gesture. I'm gonna flip the camera here and show you guys this huge random banana tree that they have here in the park. So I like it. I like it a lot. Jim says, I was thinking a sea garden was Bulgarian version of an octopus's garden. I wouldn't fault you for thinking that. That's a very, very fair assessment. But yeah, I want to show you guys both the park and kind of the beach boardwalk, but I kind of can't do both at the same time, I don't think. I kind of have to do one or the other. So I think let's kind of walk to the start of the beach part, go do that, and depending on how long it takes, we'll either do the whole way back through the park or at least just partially so you guys get an idea. But yeah, it's actually quite a big area. Cute little playground for kids over here. I agree. Bill Chow says the Balkans, Bulgaria specifically, is a good choice. It's cheaper than Western Europe and warmer than Eastern Europe. Exactly my thoughts. Because Ukraine, my original home, is fabulous, but it does get kind of cold, right? Like it does get kind of cold, not Canada cold in the winter, whereas Bulgaria is, quite a few 100 kilometers south, and the weather generally is much milder. So that's the kind of winter I like, where -5 is really, really cold. And once in a blue moon, you might get -10, but that's crazy talk. And in Saskatchewan, that would actually be considered a mild winter. So that is the difference. Paul asks, are you allowed to use a drone? I believe you are if it's under 250 grams. And obviously you can't fly really close to the airport or too high. But if you have, just like a small little drone, I believe you can. Nicholas asks, are you liking Burgos more than Sofia? Burgos is really lovely, but it would never work for me as a place to live because I need a really good airport that has great options year-round. Burgos's airport is okay, obviously for the size of it, but it's really only operational in the summertime. There's not that many direct international options in the winter, so it would never work for me that way. But yeah, it's very nice. Okay, do you guys hear the singer? Whoever is singing, are you a native English speaker? Because your English is very clear. I have no idea where that's. Oh, it's maybe coming from the stage. Okay, we'll go there in just a minute. But I wanted to give you guys a view here, right from this beautiful platform. You can now see a little bit of the start of the beach from the port, and this beach will stretch for 3-4 kilometers all the way down there. We'll walk from it. It is super beautiful, and they have like a lot of restaurants down here as well, which is nice. But yeah, let's go see this wonderful singer singing some Rihanna. I'll stand over here. Another interesting thing about Bulgaria is that they use merci, the French thank you sometimes, instead of the Bulgarian thank you, which is благодаря.
Завършим с една песен на Мадона, която не е от най-известните нейни песни. Но това няма никакво значение. Песента е много хубава. Благодарим, че останахте. Приятна вечер ви желаем. И до скоро!
Go straight down, right? Because I actually went to the sea garden a little bit. Actually, no, let's just go down these stairs here. I was going to backtrack, but I think we can just hop on down here. Glad you guys liked the performance. Yeah, so with the whole merci thing or whatever, I was so confused when I first came here. I'm like, why in the world are they using merci? And then they sometimes, instead of like do vijdene, like goodbye or whatever, they will say ciao. Which I mean, lots of other countries, even in Canada, I guess you could say ciao and nobody's gonna like look at you too strange unless you're, I don't know, maybe in a small town in Saskatchewan. So yeah, those were the two things I was a bit confused about when I first came to Bulgaria. Oh my goodness, a trip and fall. All right, let's head on down. See the beautiful pier that they have here. Right into the water. What do you guys think? Should we go out there? Because it is going to be windy as heck. And the sound quality is probably not going to be too good. But if you guys want to, we can. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I know. It's going to be windy. I mean, it's already windy, but yeah, it's going to be even more windy on the deck because there's like literally no protection from the wind. All right, I'll go. Let's see here. The one thing that, unfortunately, with Burgos Beach that my mom mention today because she got to go relax and live her best life, but I had to work most of the afternoon. She did say that the sand and also the water quality is better in Sozopol than it is here in Burgos. And I mean, that's understandable because this is like a pier where there's lots of ships that come in, and it's just, you know, there's no way getting around it. Like, the ships are going to pollute the water and ecosystems more. So the beach is nice, but if you are looking for really nice sand and like really clear water, Sozopol is probably the better choice. There we go. Let's go for a ways. Let me know if the wind gets too bad, because I don't want you guys to have just like super loud noise and nothing else, but I'll give you a bit of a view. Because as you can kind of see, like, you see like bits of seaweed and stuff, like the black stuff. In Sozopol, you don't have that at all. At least not that we saw. So here in Burgos, you know, maybe just the geographical areas for that as well. Oh, you want to hear the wind, I see. Okay, how about I go halfway, guys? How about we go kind of to this post? Because then you kind of get the experience. You know, we're in the open water. Give you a view the ways back, because we still got a lot of ground to cover. We're already at 43 minutes, and I'm not even halfway through the beach boardwalk. I still want to take you guys through the sea garden. So let's do half of the pier as a compromise. But you can go like right to the top there, get even more of a view. Does anybody actually know what that is? Like that kind of buildings and stuff? Is that still a part of Burgos, or I assume it's some smaller city further out? Because yeah, all along the coast, like there's a whole bunch of different cities and little towns and, you know, beaches on their own that you can visit. But I don't know which direction that would be. Oh, Pomori. I heard Pomori is actually really nice. I saw a picture of their beaches the other day, and I was like, oh, I have never heard of this place. It looks so beautiful. It's actually a perfect place to go jogging. I love when cities have like uninterrupted pathways for running, because I have no idea how people run in just like cities with, you know, traffic lights everywhere. So it's like you run for 2 minutes, you stop at the light. You run for 2 minutes, you stop at another light. You have to constantly watch for traffic. That is not my idea of a good time, and not really the most efficient way to get in a workout. So I really like when cities have these like boardwalks or really nice large parks so you can go for a nice run. It's very nice. Oh my god, from the corner of my eye, I thought this was a real person. I kind of had a jump scare when I realized it was a sculpture. It's a very cute seagull. I like it. All right, so this is now the start of the beach boardwalk, and it's actually pretty impressive how many beach bars like this they have here, and like more beach clubs, I guess. Some of them are almost like little bits of a nightclub kind of vibe. So if that's your thing, then Burgos definitely has that in spades compared to, you know, Sozopol. Sozopol's definitely much more chill. Jim says, I only run if I'm being chased, so not an issue. Well, that's good that you don't have that issue, Jim. Huh. Dizonne, I don't know how to spell the username there, but what I miss most in Western European cities is lack of greenery. Really? I would think that like in French or Spanish cities, I think from what I've seen, like they're pretty good at the pedestrian spaces and parks and stuff. But I guess it depends what you're comparing it to. The Wall restaurant looks like a nice place. When you come to the Black Sea coast here in Bulgaria, you of course ideally should like seafood, because that is what they are most known here for, and it is very good. Yesterday me and my mom went to this really famous restaurant in Sozopol called Neptune, you know, god of the sea, and it's got this gorgeous view of the water. It's kind of like sitting right above it. We ordered a few different dishes, had a little bit of white wine and beer. It was amazing. So if you come here, like, bring your appetite for seafood, because it's so good. And they have certain kinds of fish that both me and my mom had like never seen before, and it's overall reasonably priced. Like, I wouldn't say it's, you know, cheap, but you know, reasonably priced for what you get. Much more reasonable, not to hate on Montenegro, but you know, if you watch that video of my experience there in the major cities, no, we did not go to the smaller places, but in the major cities, my goodness, like, for what you got, it was so stupidly expensive. So sure, you know, it's not exactly Montenegro here. There's, you know, beautiful aspects about Montenegro, but the prices are so much more reasonable on the Bulgarian coast. So that aspect is really nice. Thank you so much to Costas World of Music Memories. Thank you for the super chat. Have you stepped your feet in the water? Not here, unfortunately. It's just, yeah, it's been not enough time for everything, because like I said, the first full day that we had, it just like rained all day, which is not the best for beach weather. And then, oh Jesus, getting attacked on all sides. Then the next day we were in Sozopol, and there I did go in the water. So I did go in the Black Sea. But yeah, here today I've had to do work stuff all afternoon, and now I'm live streaming, so I'm not going to be able to get to go in the water here, sadly. But when we get to Sunny Beach, obviously I will go into the water. And then in Steti Blas, our hotel is right on the water, so that will be great. And yeah, I guess we're not going right into Varna, but I got invited to Varna's historical park. Some of you have heard of it. It's like a very kind of unique attraction fairly close to Varna. They invited me for a free stay to check out all the different things they have to offer. So we will be staying there for a couple of nights, but I don't think we're actually going to go straight into Varna. So I have been in the Black Sea at Varna, and it was very, very nice. Yes, Jim, rain is water. That is true. I don't know why us humans are so weird to not get under the rain when we willingly choose to go in the water, but it is what it is. right, we're gonna flip the camera here. Keep giving you guys a view of the beach here. I think, you know, the day is kind of closing out. We're already almost at 7 p.m. so the sun's kind of gone and it is a bit windy. But the temperature is actually really nice. Like it's honestly much more ideal than it was just even like 2 weeks ago when I was here, and it was like, you know, 35, 40 degrees, and for me that's just way too hot. So this temperature during the day, about 25, 30 degrees max, that's really nice, really ideal. Kath asks, maybe I missed the info, but is it easy to get there from Sofia? I'll mention this again because, yeah, for anybody who's looking to come to Burgas, you do have a couple, well, actually four, technically four options. So you can fly domestically from Sofia to Burgas. That would be the fastest way. But of course, you know, all the time to get to the airport, to wait at the airport, to drive from the airport, also have to keep that in mind. Second option is obviously you can drive, you can get your own transportation if you're planning on driving all around the coast on your own time. Third would be what me and my mom did, which is to take the train, and that's about 6-7 hours depending on which train you choose, because it definitely ranges. And then lastly, there's the bus, which can also be just as long, but generally I think the bus is a little bit faster than the train on a whole. I just don't like to sit in one place the whole time. At least with the train, you can kind of get up and stretch your legs, but with the bus, you're sitting on there for long periods of time. So those are the four options that you have to get here from Sofia. And also keep in mind that Burgas, having, you know, an airport that is somewhat busy in the summer, you can get direct flights from surrounding, you know, or popular countries in the region, because there are, you know, a lot of international tourists that do come here. So if you're coming from, let's say, Belgrade or something like that, like maybe there's actually a direct flight, you know, that would come here to Burgas. You don't have to fly into Sofia if you don't want to. So definitely check if that's an option, or even to Varna, right? Like you could fly into Varna, and that's much closer than all the way to Sofia. Looks like we got some beach volleyball going on tonight. Gonna zoom in. See if, oh, sadly not. Yeah. Let's keep on going here. It is long. I actually forgot how long this is. It is already an hour, and yeah, I still have a ways to cover to the end. But worst case scenario, I can just pop into the Sea Garden halfway as well. Oh, Vesco, seriously? It's only charters? Does Burgos not have like regular airlines that flies into here, or is that just to Varna? That's news to me. Somebody told me that, yeah, Burgos has a little airport and you can fly in here. I might be giving wrong information. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. I know for sure Varna has that. What I described for sure is the case in Varna. You can fly in from other countries, especially in the summer. But somebody had told me Burgos you can as well. Okay, Vesco says mainly yes, but it has regular, just a few. Okay, so not as much as Varna is, I guess, the case. Good to know. Thank you. Let's see here. You know, I think what we'll do is once we get to the area with the big flags, then we will enter the sea garden, because, you know, to be fair, there's not exactly anything else groundbreaking at the very end of the beach. It is just like more beach, more you know, kind of beach clubs, I mean, all that kind of stuff. So once we get to these big flag area, then we'll go into the sea garden. I think that would be best. Christo says, I proposed to my wife when we were in Sozopol 6 years ago. Sozopol is definitely worth it. Oh, that is amazing. That would be a beautiful place to have an engagement. Very good choice. I think most Bulgarians that I've talked to have said that on like the Black Sea coast, as far as, you know, the main centers go, their favorites are Sozopol or Nesebar. Those are the two that kind of came up the most, but I guess it just depends what you're looking for. PMG saying if you keep going, you will reach the sea garden, you will eventually reach the sand sculptures. So I tried to do that the other day, and I was walking, and I did not find them. I think they are quite a ways away, and sadly, I don't think I can do like a 2 to 3 hour live stream today. But yes, if the exhibition is still up, I think you can just follow this path as far as it will go, and yeah, go see the sand sculptures as I showed you guys in the pictures at the very beginning of the live stream. So yeah. I haven't been keeping up with all the comments, but why are we talking about Norway? I'm so confused. Or Nordic countries. Interesting. Let's see here. I mean, having said that, I think the Nordic countries would be amazing to visit in the summertime. I think it'd probably be too harsh for me in the winter, but in the summer it is supposed to be beautiful. Let's see here. What is that? Why does this look like a cactus Christmas tree? I have never seen anything like this. Can anybody tell me what this is? Very, very strange. And especially in this climate, like, you know, the coastline here, it's not tropical obviously, but you have a lot of like fruit trees, you have kind of, you know, palms, as you kind of can see here. That almost looks like, you know, a kind of plant that you would not find here. That is very, very strange, huh? Oh, it is a real plant. Okay, interesting. Huh, well, if anybody knows the name, let me know. So this is the point where we are going to turn around in, guys. It just keeps going. I forgot just how long the walkway is here. I thought we'd be able to do it in half an hour, but that is not the case. So yeah, if you want to go for a nice long walk, nice long run, you can just keep on keeping on. But we are going to turn into the sea garden. But first, I do not remember seeing this when I walked past. Strawberry house that has a whole bunch of fresh strawberries and chocolate syrup on top. That would be delicious. So So I felt like pointing that out. Watch out for the seagulls. They can steal your burger. Yes, they can. They are huge here. Like, we have seagulls in Canada too, but here they are like mutant seagulls. They are like 20 pounds or something like that, and they got crazy big beaks. I would not want to mess with them, that is for sure. Adenilso says that he misses my dad and asks how he's doing. Thank you for checking in. I miss my dad too, so much so that I'm trying to get him to come visit me for Christmas time here in Bulgaria, and I think he is going to agree. So yeah, that will be really, really fun if I can have my dad come see my life in Bulgaria. And maybe you guys have some suggestions, but for at least a week I do want to take him traveling around Europe somewhere. And I'm thinking that since it would be the Christmas kind of New Year season, I think the best option would be to go to Germany, even for a few days, for the Christmas markets. I mean, maybe it's not going to be his absolute favorite thing, but I think there will be other things that he would enjoy in Germany as well. And it would just be like, you know, a cool thing to do for the time of year. And alongside that, I was also thinking of maybe Budapest, since they have those amazing like thermal springs, you know, in the middle of the city. I've always wanted to do that, and my dad also really likes like thermal springs, so I think that would be nice. And then depending on if he's up for it, maybe we would go to like the Alps or something like that, and you know, do a little bit of snowboarding. Obviously, you know, the guy's almost 80 years old, so he has to be very careful, but he does know how to snowboard. Like, believe it or not, we used to go snowboarding together. So if I could maybe convince him to do even the bunny hill in the Alps, I think that could be cool. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, and it's in December, it would have to be in December, please let me know. Paul says, I spent Christmas in Dortmund West. I have never heard of that place in Germany and loved it. I miss it. It's been a long time since I've been there. Interesting. I will keep that in mind. No, sadly we won't be going to Oktoberfest, not only because I won't be there for the time of year, but I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, but like, my dad doesn't drink, which in a way, you know, I'm grateful. Yeah, so he doesn't like beer at all, or really any alcoholic beverages. So, you know, the beer in Germany really isn't any sort of draw to him. Yeah, Jim, Austria definitely has very good Christmas markets too, so that would be a great option. Berlin's Christmas market as well from Cristo. Amazing. Thank you guys. I will keep reading your suggestions here, but just thought I'd flip the camera and give you a bit of a view as we start our time in the sea garden. I just realized that literally right in front of me is a hobbit hole. What is this? I did not walk past this when I was in here before. Is this real? What? Oh my god, like, it literally is like a hobbit hole. That is so cool. I love it. We have Hobbiton at home, guys. You don't need to go all the way to New Zealand. We have Hobbiton right here in Bulgaria. I love it. Okay, Bulgarians in the chat, let me know if my guess of what this says is correct. Моля, не се качвайте на фигурата. So please do not jump or climb, probably climb, on the, like, well, figurata, I don't know, maybe like figurine or on the, you know, on the thing, something like that. That is my guess. I don't know what kajvaite means. I think climb. That would be my guess. Let me know if I am correct. Kids got in the mud and grandma is not happy. Please don't climb on the figure. I got it. I got it. On the structure too. Okay, great. Yes, I did it. Amazing. My reading comprehension is actually not bad for how little, you know, I've technically officially studied, but my understanding comprehension when people are speaking to me is still not that high, because, you know, it's the pronunciation, it's the accent, and just because people speak so quickly, right, you don't have as much time to kind of think about it, of what somebody said. So reading, I can definitely understand a lot more than people speaking to me. This is so nice though, isn't it? I mean to say. They have like biking paths, long boulevards, and it is just, you know, such a large space. It's great when a city like actually reserves this space for people having this kind of nature around, because a lot of them, you know, they'll just sell it off. They'll just sell it off to developers, and it'll just be businesses or condos, and you'll get like a little green square of nature in many places. Let's see. Can I read more? Царевица не и GMO. Приготовя се с масло. So the corn doesn't have GMOs. It is prepared with butter. That is what it says, I think. Once again, let me know if I am correct. Very popular all over Eastern Europe and Slavic countries. We love the corn. We love it on the cob. We love it in a cup. We just love it. So yeah, literally in like parks or yeah, on the beach, especially here in Bulgaria, they don't sell it on the cob as much as we would in Ukraine. They sell it like already steamed in a cup, and they put like butter and like salt in there. It's really, really good. That's like, you know, $1 or $2. So a fun Eastern European snack. I fall on the damn pavement. Thank you. I'm glad my reading comprehension is pretty good, right guys? Just gonna show you, actually, I think this is just kind of like a playground area that you can't get out of. But yeah, such a nice space, you know, for kids. Very family friendly, dog friendly. Let's go around maybe this way, because I think just beside the road here, they have a really nice apartment building that I was kind of surprised to see as I was walking around. Like, sure, there's other nice apartment buildings in Burgos, and obviously I haven't walked all over the city, but as soon as I saw this one, I was like, wow, that is like, you know, the same kind of building that you would see in Toronto or Vancouver, like very modern, like very chic. I'm sure the price tag would reflect that. But even in Sofia, like there's nothing like this that I've seen in Sofia. Like not just the kind of modern, the modernity, I mean, but you know, the design is like very, very unique. Is that, yeah, honestly, sorry, I have no idea what that means. Could you tell me what a 1-bedroom costs? That I can understand. But yeah. Christina says, have you thought about coming to Kazanlak? Actually passed it on the way as I was coming here, but If you guys can remember, in 2020, I stayed in Kazanlak as I toured the famous Buzluzha. That was kind of like the closest big city to there. So yeah, I have been there. It is very nice, but for sure I would like to go again during the Rose Festival, because that's obviously the time that it is at its prime. So maybe next year. Full Metal Jacket says 1 bedroom, 50 square meters, around 250,000 lev or euro. I mean, thank you for that, but there's a very big difference between lev and euro. It's double. So which one is it? 250,000 lev? I mean, that would still be enough, but not absolutely insane. I assume it's probably euro for like that nice of a building. Like regular apartments here would be 250. Well, actually, no, that would be expensive for here. I don't know. Somebody let me know. Nadezhda says 150,000 euro for 1 bedroom. Okay. I mean, if it's that's actually that would not be that crazy in my opinion, you know, for that fancy of a building. For any other place, of course, that is a stupid price, but for that fancy of a building, I would expect higher. For anybody who doesn't know, it is official that January 2026, Bulgaria is officially switching over from their currency, personal currency that they've had for the longest time, called the lev. They are switching over to the euro, which, you know, as an outsider, I don't want to comment too much about it because my personal knowledge is limited on all of this. But, you know, I will say that for reference, like the lev has been pegged to the euro for I think over 20 years as is. So you'd think it shouldn't make too much of a difference when the switch happens, but I'm sure there will probably be a certain amount of chaos and instability, and some places will probably raise their prices. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But of course, the people that are pro-euro think that it will allow an easier business integration with the other countries that use euro, and there should be, you know, more investment for certain things. But on the other hand, the people that are against it, it's obviously for the fact that now they wouldn't have their own currency, and second of all, because they think it will greatly raise prices. So hard to say for sure what will happen until it happens, but obviously hoping for the best. Gonna flip the camera here. It almost looks like fall, doesn't it? There's like so many leaves on the ground, but it's actually not fall. It's just the fact that the weather has been so dry. There literally hasn't been any rain other than the day that I plan to film my Burgos video and go to the beach. So, you know, that sucked, but yeah, it's been extremely dry. So technically the city and, you know, the country in general really needs rain because it's been crazy dry this year, and there's been wildfires and just, you know, climate change sort of stuff, as many places are experiencing. BS says a 1-bedroom new condo at the lake in Toronto will cost you 600,000 and up. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. But in reference for euros, what would 600,000 Canadian be? That would be 400,000, I think. Approximately 400,000 euro. So yeah, not good. Not great. Perfect. There's some very communist, socialist style architecture here from olden times of Bulgaria in this park. I don't mind it. Like, I think some of it's actually quite nice, but I know there are some people that think that they should take it down and put in more modern sort of stuff. Just on the corner here is another actually pretty nice, oh, that's sun, another pretty nice and modern apartment building. Just quickly show you guys before we head on. I personally like the other one better, but this one is also quite nice. Has a Carrefour here. I don't think I've seen a Carrefour grocery store anywhere else in Bulgaria, but they have one here. But all right, guys, I think I am going to close out my live stream in the next 5-10 minutes here. So if you have any more questions, please let me know, because I probably won't be doing another live stream until Dublin, until I go to Dublin, which is happening early September. I will be there for 4 days. I'm so excited, and I might even actually do a live stream a week after that from Galway. I heard Galway in Ireland is very nice, so I will have 2 live streams in September, but this is it for August. Thank you so much to Rahul. Thank you so much for the very cute super sticker and the super chat. Thank you so much. I hope you are doing great and having a wonderful summer. Hope the weather is good in Ontario. Yes, Vesco, I will go eat. I'm actually very excited to eat. Just wanted to show you guys the little kind of fair that they also have in the middle of the park. So very cool. They just got so much stuff for kids, I find. I mean, I say this kind of actually in every live stream. I think that Bulgaria in general is a very kid-friendly, family-friendly sort of country. Like, so many things are built specifically for kids, you know, which is really nice. They're little people, you know, they need fun stuff, so it's great to see that. Oh no, I sure hope not. Illy says you'll get your phone stolen during the stream in Dublin. You know, I actually was a little bit worried because, like, you know, I've heard that in the UK, I mean London specifically, you can't have your damn phone out in like all the main tourist areas. There's people on bikes that like are coming around and snatching them, and you know, as a live streamer, you're literally like the easiest target. So please, if anybody actually is from Dublin or has spent time in Dublin, am I actually safe to do that? I wouldn't assume that Dublin is as bad as London, but if it is, maybe I shouldn't do it. Galway, I assume, should be fine. Galway's quite small, but yeah. Thank you so much, Jim. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the stroll. You'll need a beverage after all that chat. Yes, I will. My throat is actually quite dry, so thank you for that. I will be getting a fabulous drink and also a wonderful dinner with your fabulous PayPal, and be sharing that with my mom. So a big thank you from the both of us. Well, nobody has answered my question about Dublin, but yeah, I don't know, send me a DM, send me an email if you have inside info of how safe Dublin is, because yeah, I definitely don't want to put myself in a position to get my phone stolen, but at the same time, I would love to do a live stream, and maybe I'll just have to be careful about the place that I choose to do it in. I obviously have never been to Dublin before. I don't know all the areas just yet, but yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I'll be in Ireland for about 3 weeks. I'm going to be able to get to see quite a few places, so I think it is going to be a really great trip, and I hope the weather will be good. Like, they actually say that September is a nice time to go to Ireland, but of course you could kind of, you know, get rain and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that won't be the case. Okay, I'm just gonna flip the camera one more time, and you know what? Let's end with a sea view. I feel like that is fitting for Burgas. And then we will end things off here. Costas World of Music Memory says we have been. You should be okay. Stay away from the big crowds. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, I will freaking hunt them down. Like, obviously, if they have a weapon, you know, maybe that's another thing. But oh my God, if anybody ever grabbed my phone, I would run the hell after them and I would attack them until they gave it back. I freaking hate pickpockets and people who try and steal shit, just like scum of the earth, and they should not get away with it. The problem is, guys, with a burner phone is that for me to actually be able to use the burner phone, it actually has to be a pretty good phone, right? It's like I can't really stream on a cheap $300 phone and not have the quality be absolutely terrible. So that's the problem. But yeah, we'll see. We'll make it work. I mean, I have faith that the people of Dublin don't do such things. Let's hope for the best. Jim, well, you've scared me. Up in like folk outfits, that's cool. Have some kind of performance on tonight. And here we are. What a perfect place to end the live stream, guys. This is actually really, really nice. I don't know if I've walked past this part before, but super beautiful. And that is it. That is it, my friends. Thank you all so much for coming out to this live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that someday you might consider coming to the Black Sea coast of Bulgaria. There is certainly a lot to see and do. As I said, I will have 4 full videos going up on YouTube starting next week with Sozopol, Nesebar, Sunny Beach, Sveti Varna Historical Park. Those are the 4 that I will have, so stay tuned for that. And as always, I am sending you so much love. Keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye, guys.